Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, Star Trek fans unite, because once again Paramount is giving you another disastrous dumpster fire of a facsimile, a Star Trek in a name only, a Kurtzman Trek movie that's coming directly to Paramount Plus, because why? They know if they released it in theaters, it would turn into a disastrous dumpster fire. So this thing is going directly to Paramount Plus because, you know, this stuff works out so very well for them. There's a reason why Paramount Studios is getting shut down and it's all getting rolled back into CBS, and literally the entire company is currently in the process of a merger for Skydance. And Star Trek is one of those many reasons for that. It's one of the largest IPs that they had access to, and they've done nothing more than destroy it and decimate it the entire time they've held on to it, making nothing more than abominations. Outside of Picard Season 3, literally the fans have completely and totally despised and rejected. And ladies and gentlemen, we have another prime example of that, because from our dear sweet friends over at CosmicBook.News, Matt McGloin himself, fans hate the new Star Trek Section 31 trailer. And yes, boys and girls, it is an abysmally bad ratio, and the comment section are livid with some very excellent and snarky comments that I think spot on describe some of the ways that Kurtzman Trek has turned into in the modern era under CBS and Paramount, and it is absolutely disgusting. As a kid that grew up watching a lot of these Star Trek shows, I saw a few of the episodes of Enterprise as a kid, but when I finally was able to have my own television, I caught on right into DS9 at the tail end, and of course watched Voyager pretty much all the way through as far as I can remember. And it was one of those things that I grew up on it. My wife is a huge Star Trek fan. She grew up on this. This was a series that she watched with her father. To see the decimation and destruction that they have done under Kurtzman to our wonderful and beloved Star Trek is absolutely apprehensible, and we will gladly call them out for this BS, no matter how poorly a lot of the people don't think or are not interested in this whatsoever, because we're going to talk about it, because Star Trek fans deserve to be defended, ladies and gentlemen. So before we do all of that, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, because boys and girls, we are inching our way closer and closer to 1,200, and I could not do that without every single one of you, especially if you're a Star Trek fan out there that's upset about all this stuff going on and appreciate the fact that we are out there defending your fandom and your beloved IP. And also, obviously, leave us a section in the comments down, but leave us a comment in the sections down below. Let us know what you think about this, and if you saw this trailer and what you thought of it as well. So Paramount was recently sold. Maybe Star Trek will get another reboot. Lord in heaven, if we have any loyal whatsoever, that kid, I can't remember his name, the one that did Picard Season 3, though, if they would just give him the keys of the kingdom and let him run the show, you could also make Star Trek great again, boys and girls, because Kurtzman clearly has nothing more than an absolute abysmal failure. Fans really hate Star Trek Section 31 trailer that was released 2 weeks ago at Comic-Con. And honestly, did you guys even watch this trailer? I haven't seen it. I didn't see it until today before we recorded this video, because holy cow, yeah, it's hot garbage. The Star Trek Section 31 trailer is up on the official Paramount Plus YouTube channel and currently has nearly 30,000 dislikes. The likes only 4.6 thousand, and as we can see at the time of this recording, it's still only at 4.6 thousand, and maybe a couple of the likes got removed because it's now at 29,000. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Certain browser extensions re-enable the like to dislike ratio and feature, obviously. Fans aren't happy with Star Trek for a long time. I did really like Star Trek Picard Season 3. Like I said at the beginning of the video, a lot of fans really did, and for the first few episodes that I ended up watching, I thought it was enjoyable too. I just didn't get all the way through the third season. Check out the comments. The Star Trek Section 31 trailer, watched below, is horrendous. Fans are comparing it to a wannabe Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy. Seriously, yes, and if you watch the trailer, one of the first things that it reminded me of right away in the beginning was a couple of different ripoffs, not only obviously of Suicide Squad, but also it reminded me of the initial Borderlands trailers, because they flash like the little yellow thing up here, and then with some of the musical choices they make just for the little intro part, it severely reminded me of the Cyberpunk Edge Runner series that was on Netflix, which if you have not watched, I highly recommend. It's really, really good, but that's exactly what it felt like they were trying to be, because I literally can hear the Cyberpunk with Edge Runners theme song in my head right now. I watched that series so many times, and literally it's the exact same kind of beat and feel that I got from that. So just nothing more than ripoff after ripoff for the trailer to begin with. They literally have no original ideas whatsoever. They are literally trying to make a Suicide Squad in the Star Trek universe, and guess what? It's going to fall flat. So Paramount was recently sold and bought by Skydance, which is owned and run by David Ellison. And then technically it's not over yet. The merger actually I think other people can come in and put an offer in up until like the end of September, but it's basically a done deal at this point. which is owned and run by David Ellison. He also has a sister, Megan Ellison, in the business. While their dad is some rich tech billionaire who helped them buy Paramount, the tech companies have all the money and buying up all broke Hollywood. Yes, absolutely. Insiders at Comic-Con fill me in that David Ellison and his sister are huge movie buffs and big-time fans themselves. Who knows? Maybe they'll cancel Star Trek Section 31. It's actually a movie. And shit can all the crappy Star Trek stuff under Alex Kurtzman. Oh, Lord. From his lips to your ears, for the love of heaven, yes, please. So what did the comments have to say? Here are some of the most liked and top comments. They're actually advertising it like it's Suicide Squad. Star Trek 2025, Borg Dance Club. Section 31 is supposed to be the darkest, most evil people in the Federation doing its job to keep the Federation safe at the scariest level that they operate at. I suggest you pull up Luther Sloan episodes and watch them and see how terribly you have failed at your job. And that's always the worst part about this too, right? This isn't just something new that they're making up to throw in there and like, hey, we're gonna make our own little story in the Star Trek universe. And yeah, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be something you're not used to. It's not gonna be for the normal Star Trek fans. No, they are ripping directly from your canon and directly from your lore to bastardize it and destroy it like they have done so many times over and over again. The people that used to bully me for liking Star Trek now own Star Trek. Yep. Can we just get a show that takes place somewhere between the motion picture and the end of DS9 that is around 20 episodes a season, features an ensemble cast and crew, and is all about a group of Starfleet officers exploring the galaxy on their ship? Is this concept so hard? Right. Literally. Just make it Star Trek. The formula is not exactly rocket science, okay? You get an eclectic group of wonderful, diverse kind of characters that you can have that have different opinions and different viewpoints on things. You throw them on a ship and you have them encounter different alien species and be creative and come up with new ideas and do cool things. Maybe you can revisit some old planets and revisit some old storylines to give you a little throwback. But no. They know better than you, Star Trek fans. They know better than Gene Roddenberry and his formula that had worked for decades. They know better than you dumb nerd and geek. Oh, yeah, just go back to your swirlies and getting shoved in a locker because you don't know what works. Oh, that's right. We're the stupid ones, yet you guys are the ones that have burned billions of dollars failing to turn Star Trek into something that the fans, and guess what? The general audience doesn't want either. This must be the Guardians of the Galaxy script that got rejected. Let's hold an open staff meeting of Black Ops groups at the Tatooine Cantina where they can all be photographed together. Yes, that was one of the stupid parts about this as well. They literally have a Star Wars cantina scene in here. Like literally, they're in a nightclub. They're all standing around talking to each other. It's absolutely insane. It's like, yeah, let's all be a special ops team, but let's all also make sure we're very obviously publicly available to photograph and actually check out. It's so dumb. Why do current Star Trek handlers think Section 31 is James Bond in space? There is even an episode of DS9, Deep Space Nine, mocking that concept. Yeah. I love DS9, by the way. Good Lord. Okay, Alex, you finally got to make Section 31 show that you've clearly so dearly wanted to make since you first got to work on the franchise. In defiance of all good sense and no one ever wanting or asking for such a thing, you did it. Enough. Now, please. Absolutely. And I think that is something that so many of the Star Trek fans is absolutely so very much so true about this. I'm old enough to remember when Star Trek was about mankind growing into a better future. Exactly. And there's one particular comment that I really liked over here that I kind of want to finish all of this kind of stuff up over here with as well, because this is something that is going on as well. The saddest thing about this trailer is that somebody was proud of it. Those poor, talentless souls. Star Trek 2025, Borg Dance Club. Dirty Beller says, can I report this for clickbait? The title says Star Trek, but there is no Star Trek in this video. And I think that perfectly sums up this nonsense. And like I said, this isn't even a movie that's going to be released in theaters. This is going directly to Paramount Plus. What do you want to bet it doesn't chart on the Nielsen ratings? What do you want to bet it doesn't chart on the Samba ratings either? And what do you also want to bet this will bring in 0 new subscribers to Paramount Plus? It's not going to bring in any Star Trek fans in, and it's also not going to bring in the audience of normies you are desperately trying to attract. Because guess what? Star Trek is, and Star Trek will always be, something that was made by geeks and nerds for nerds and geeks. And that's exactly what it should be. That's exactly who you should cater to. You need to cater to the people that are still going to conventions dressed up in Starfleet uniforms. You need to cater to the people that are still going out there and playing your Star Trek online game. Those are the people you need to be catering to. Instead, you are catering to an audience that has never existed, nor will it ever. And boys and girls, maybe there actually is hope. Maybe the rumors are true. And these people actually will love motion pictures, love Star Trek, and will actually see something good. Because Kurtzman Trek is nothing more than an absolute abomination. And Star Trek Section 31 is just the latest example of that. More proof that we need to know that Star Trek in its current form is a dead franchise, and Alex Kurtzman killed it. Good job, Paramount. You get what you deserve, and after all, you did it to yourself.